Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Emulator with your host as usual, Dylan. And I just wanted to show you how SpruceOS is actually an all-in-one firmware that can be used on all four of these devices that we have here. So originally what I've done is I set up my build on my TSP, but I've actually booted it up on the original Brick. We've also got the Hammer and then now the TSP-S, which it also supports. So just to kind of start off, what I'm going to do is take my Spruce SD card here, and first off we're going to take it and put it in its original device that we booted it up with, so you can see how it was set up there before we move on to any of the other ones. So let's get that booted up. I believe this is the correct build. Perfect. So right where we left off. So as you can see, I've got Dreamcast, Game Gear. This is my theme. I've got my artwork. Everything is all intact. Nintendo 64. Got some Nintendo pinball, Pico 8, ports, I have a few going, Sony PSP. Some of my artwork hasn't been completed yet. I've been moving around some games lately. And PlayStation. So everything looks to be fine. We've already connected to the internet. Also Saturn, Super Nintendo, Turbo Graphics, mostly pinball game stuff, virtual pinball, my applications, and we're going to go to settings. I've got the comic style V2, that's my theme. We're going to try and take that and cross it over to all the other devices. Going to go ahead and power off. So now that it's been booted off, we're going to take it to the next device that actually it had been used in. So then we'll take it to two new devices and see how that reacts. So we'll take it and put it into the Brick. So this is Spruce's all-in-one. So far we're 1 for 1. Get this to boot up. There we go. Some of my boot logos might be a little bit different on each device. Seems to be rebooting again. Held up in a loading pattern. Might be loading up some, there we go, loading up the firmware. So here's my artwork that I did for this one, applications. I changed it, so it's already been done from the last time I reviewed it. Again, Super Nintendo, all the games are intact. Basically just going back to show you an example. Everything is set up. Just a different artwork here. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Dreamcast, just a smaller image. I don't have the Wi-Fi set up, so we're going to go ahead and get out of this, go to settings. We're going to go ahead and go to our Wi-Fi. We're going to turn it on. We're going to scan for my network in my area. There we go. Actually selected from last time I connected to my Wi-Fi. I'm on Tribe. So my icon came up. Perfect. So everything, there's my retro TV. And everything is set to go. So this worked. So we're 2 for 2. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the card. We're going to go ahead and drop it into the brick this time. See how it reacts when it goes into another new device. Remove the card here. I want to say this is probably the first time I've put in any other firmware besides Nextui on the Brick-Hammer. Let's see how it reacts. I believe this will be its first boot. Go ahead and press power. We're going to have the front end from Nextui's boot logo. Like I said, everybody's got a little bit of different taste there. Did the same thing as before, the lights turned off. So it's probably installing the firmware in the back end for SpruceOS because hasn't been used until the first time. And then we're going to be able to take it over and use it on the TSP-S. There we go. So basically, because I already had the same theme on both on the brick and the hammer, basically took the same design. So there we go. And if we were going to go to settings, we've already connected to the Wi-Fi. It's already picked it up. I had not had to make any changes here at all. So everything worked just fine. Perfect. So we've crossed this firmware over to 3 devices. We're going to go ahead and remove the SD card this time. And this will be the first boot that is going to be going into the TSP-S since I've removed the cross mix. Definitely would like to see how SpruceOS works on the TSP-S while we're playing a few of the games that we tested on my game comparison. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it in here. So basically the same SD card is being transferred over. Whoop, we lost it. Didn't want to go in. Refusing. So this will be the first boot on here. We're going to go ahead and press power. Our logo booted for Trimui. Did the same thing it did on the other. So we had a battery issue and we're going to boot it up again. This is the first time that it's been booted, I believe, on the TSP-S with SpruceOS. And there we go. There's the front end. We would just need to customize it. So we'd also need to connect to the Wi-Fi. But you can see this example of the platforms. So my games, there they are with all my artwork. Transferred over because I'm using the same SD card. Cross from using at the beginning the TSP. And we use the brick as well and the Brick-Hammer. So there's my example of showing it's an all-in-one. It will boot up to all 4 of these devices. Again, thanks for watching Beyond the Emulator. Happy gaming.